My name is Clarence Seedorf and I'm answering some questions about my career. Well, I started very young. I was 10 when I joined the Ajax Academy, Youth Academy. I participated in a open day. They have always an open day at those times. Played some small matches, was picked out to come to the last and final match immediately. So I didn't have to come back like 3-4 times like others, and played against the players that were already in Ajax, and that's how we would be measured. And I was happily picked after that match as well, and rushed through the Youth Academy, 6 years to make my debut then for the first team of Ajax, becoming the youngest player in history to make his debut for the team. Well, at that time it was really normal to see your idols actually train and perform, because everything was in the same around the stadiums. The youth and the first team were training practically next door. Frank Rijkaard was my youth idol, and to play and win the Champions League together a few years later was obviously a dream come true. Yeah, for everything that happened in those years, it seemed all quite normal, and well, winning leagues and Champions League and cups and stuff was all pretty normal. Just everyday business. Only later I understood really the difficulty and the importance of what we have done with that team in those years. After I won the Champions League, I felt I wanted to really continue to grow and have a new challenge, as I thought some of the things in Ajax was not going to benefit my personal growth. So I decided to go abroad. I signed a contract. That contract was not, let's say, respected, because something happened with the player that had to leave the club that I was supposed to go and play for, which I won't reveal here. I ended up signing with Sampdoria, and Sampdoria those years was really one of the top teams in Europe, with Ruud Gullit, who was there as well, David Platt, Mancini, Vialli, all of these players. And then the year I signed, I think half of that squad went to Juventus and to other places. Gullit went to Chelsea, but there was still, of course, an amazing team with Mihailovic, Manini, Karambeu was there, Chiesa, the father of the Chiesa that's playing in Juventus today. He was my teammate in Sampdoria then, and we were a pretty nice team, and we had Walter Senga as a goalkeeper, famous Walter Senga. So we had a decent competitive team. We did a nice year. We became 6th, I believe, in the league, in the Italian league Serie A. That was the toughest league in the world at that point, with all the best players in Italy. So it was a great experience. At 19-year-old, I really learned how to live abroad at that point. Well, the truth is that Real Madrid already called my parents when I was 15, and we chose, or 14 I think, and we chose not to go and to stay in the Netherlands, finish my school, and just wait for a later occasion to eventually make such a move to international move. And it was a bit of destiny. I caught the attention of Capello, because we played twice against AC Milan that year, of course, and in both matches me and my good friend Karambeu were playing amazingly, and he called us after the last match we played against Milan in Genoa. He called me and Karambeu and asked us directly if we wanted to move with him to Real Madrid, and so we told him, just wait 1 second, we're going to get our bags and we come with you. So this is how it went. Well, it was amazing to go to Real Madrid in our first year. Actually, the first important match was the Super Cup against Barcelona, which we won. I scored in that match as well. And then we win the league in the first year. Second year, Capello leaves, Jupp Heynckes comes in. We continue our winning strike with winning the Champions League that year, the second one. In both cases, Ajax and Madrid, it was more than 30 years that these clubs didn't win the Champions League. So we like broke a spell in both occasions. The spell seems to be a bit back on Ajax now. Hopefully that will change soon. But Real Madrid really opened a new cycle after the Settima, they call it the 7th cup, and did amazingly, reaching I think 14 cups now. So proud to have been part of, you know, history of that amazing club. Yeah, well, I went back to Italy. Real Madrid had some financial issues. I was a hot item on the market. Didn't want to leave, but I was also, you know, not so happy that I was said something, and then after they were obliged. I knew it after years that they had to sell me. They didn't want to sell me, they had to sell me, and I accepted to go because I thought that we had an agreement that I was not for sale, but then it still happened. That's the reason how I left Real Madrid and went to Inter Milan. After Lippi called me, it was really a no-brainer to choose for Inter Milan because of the players that were there. You had Ronaldo, phenomenal, was there, Vieri was there, and many other great players that were part of the team. Playing in my favorite position behind the strikers. And then we came in the second year with this crazy match against Juventus where I scored two great goals. I believe my first goal with my left was I consider one of the most difficult and most beautiful goals I scored in my career. For the importance of the match, for the type of goal, for the technical, you know, challenge it was to really strike it in that way. So and then the second goal, the weight that it had, it was in the 92nd minute, so it was really in the last seconds of the match, scoring the equalizer, keeping us on top of the chart in the league. That was pretty special. The explosion of that stadium, that moment, that won't be forgotten. Well, I left Inter with you know, sweet sour feeling. I did what I could, but I didn't win any silverware, which is of course what you want to do when you are part of a club. And but I also felt that, you know, Cooper wanted to change things. He said that me and Ronaldo could leave. Well, in the end we decided so. Ronaldo went to Real Madrid, I went to AC Milan. After some conversations with Ancelotti and the club, after a few weeks I made the decision to leave, and I think that the respect that I have from the fans still Inter says everything about, you know, how I've been, you know, conducting myself in that sense. To go to a rival in the same city is not an easy thing, but I also was pretty fastly accepted and embraced by the Milan fans. So happily joined AC Milan and started an incredible journey there for 10 years. That AC Milan really came together. The chemistry was there immediately. Right coach, right players, super professional, very dedicated. A team that has dominated Europe for 7 years, I believe, and that is a long period of time. We played 3 finals in that period. We played several semi-finals. We were competitive at the max. And I believe we should have won one more Champions League with that team. Didn't happen, unfortunately, in 2 occasions. One with Liverpool, the other one with Deportivo La Coruña, that we went out in 2005. Even if we won the first match, the 2 matches 4-1, and then we lost 4-0 away. But that year we were probably at our very, very best as a team. But yeah, what can we say? We can only show gratitude for those amazing years with AC Milan, winning many trophies and you know, leaving a real legacy in the world of football. Yeah, I mean, adding the third one was of course super special because it happened in my first year with AC Milan, winning the Champions League against Juventus, and the second time against Juventus in the final. Madrid was against Juventus, with AC Milan against Juventus as well. So I know the fans of Juventus are not always happy when they hear me or they see me, but I also get appreciation from them. I mean, it's sports at the end of the day, and it was the moment of the record when I won the Champions League, the first one with AC Milan in 2003. So becoming the first player to win it with 3 different teams, that was pretty special in my first year with AC Milan. I couldn't have asked for anything more and better. At the end of my fantastic run with AC Milan, winning 2 Champions Leagues and many other trophies, we decided to leave, practically all of us, the main players, at the same time in 2012, and then I joined Botafogo in Brazil, which was an amazing experience. So for all, we have shared many moments during those 2 years in my favorite position with complete freedom, performing in front of the Brazilian fans that of course have a great passion for the football, and they have shown me a lot of love, and I think that it was a great place to end my career, continuing to perform at high level, which is something that I really wanted to do. Well, Seedorf Habib Performance Club, SK Performance Club is a project where through football, as a football school, we want to have a great impact in society with the communities and developing talent in the best way possible. Talent development is something that doesn't just happen on professional level. To become a professional, you need the fundamentals. These are the fundamentals that we are offering with the latest methodology, with the best technology that we have available. And of course, with behind all of this, myself, with the experience that I've had, and my partner Nurmagomedov, Habib, that, you know, I think we have earned our stripes to know what it takes to be the best version of yourself. So hopefully people will subscribe, the parents will subscribe their kids in the places where we'll be active. And again, it's skperformanceclub.com. You will find more information.